Hey guys, welcome to Comic Podcast. I'm taking over for Jay tonight or today because she's not here right now. But with us we have Shikaku,
Hello.
Gambit 896,
Hey everybody.
and myself, Mega Apocalypto. So yeah, what do you guys want to talk about?
Let's see. 2 issue zeros I know that are coming out this week are Animal Man and Action Comics. Animal Man should be good.
Yeah, I had issue 1 of that, but I couldn't find any other issues of it.
Yeah.
They're all sold out.
At my shop, they barely anybody comes in, so they have overstock on all of them. So if you need me to pick some up for you, I can totally send them to you.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you. Okay, so in Animal Man Zero, they're talking about how he got his powers. So do you think it's going to be newer than
It might be, but then again, in the because I've got the first trade of Animal Man, they do kind of go over his origin in this kind of an interview with him at the start of the trade. So maybe they might give it a bit more background on his origin, maybe. But,
that'd be cool. I'm just afraid they're gonna retell it and change everything because I have Strange Adventures 184, which is his second appearance, and it showed that he just got these random powers, randomly. I'm just scared they're gonna mess everything up like they did with the other books.
Yeah.
They also say it's supposed to reveal something new to lead into Rot World.
Oh,
really?
Which is also who else is in that? I think Swamp Thing's gonna play a part in that too.
Yeah. The issue, I think it was issue 12 of Animal Man and Swamp Thing was this crossover event between the two books. So I think that's still ongoing. I'm not really sure, but yeah.
So what new books came out this week that you guys picked up?
Only a couple I have to check. I don't really remember all of them.
Well, if I can jump in. I picked up a couple of trades this week. I picked up the first trade of Greg Rucka's Punisher series with Marco Cicchetto. I hope I'm pronouncing that right on the artwork. Also picked up Uncanny X-Force Volume 2. Picked up Blackest Night Volume 1, and I picked up Siege as well. So picked up quite a few books in the past couple of weeks. So, yeah.
What I really liked, which I was surprised of, because I'm not really a big fan of the actual series, I picked up Detective Comics Annual, #1.
Yeah.
I liked. I also picked up Flash Annual.
Yeah.
And FF #21.
Apparently the FF stuff is meant to be pretty much wrapping up fairly soon because I think Jonathan Hickman is I think he's starting to just wrap up some loose ends because he's leaving the book. I think I don't know.
Yeah, they're doing something with it for Marvel now. I'm not really sure what they're actually doing, but yeah.
I picked
apparently the Flash Annual is really good. At least that's what I've heard from. Let me think. Sleepy Reader 666, Minutia Minute, and who else was it? Just a couple of other people as well that they think the annual is really good for Flash. So.
Yeah. I think I've read only a couple of them. I also got the Green Lantern one. My favorite was probably Batman. The Flash was really good, but Batman's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I picked up Superman Annual 1.
Yeah.
That was awesome. If you didn't pick that up, pick it up. It's you know the book and the movie, The Hunger Games?
Yeah.
It's like that, but intergalactic with Superman. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it does sound quite interesting, actually, if I'm honest.
It was worth $5. And then I also picked up the Green Lantern Annual #1, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. They again, I think according to Minutia Minute's review of, because he did a review of both the Flash Annual and the Green Lantern Annual. I think he gave Green Lantern Annual. I think he gave it Pick of the Week or runner up anyway. So if that's anything to go by, then it should be pretty cool. So,
I'll think about that. What else came out? A lot of other books. Dynamite, Prophecy. I always wanted to pick that up, but I never understood what it was about. Did anyone ever pick up Prophecy?
no, I didn't.
Not really, no.
You guys pick up any Image books?
There's a couple of, or there's one Image book that's going to be releasing its first issue later on this month called Bedlam by Nick Spencer, who you might know from a couple of other Image books, Morning Glories and Deep of Thieves, with, I think it's Riley Bosmo on the artwork, I think. So it does sound pretty cool.
Does.
Thief of Thieves. I feel like that's so overrated.
I haven't actually read it yet, so I can't really comment on that. But
Well, it's because they're. I think it's basically because they're making the new TV show.
Yeah, that's
I
like
think that's probably why.
on eBay. Like people are just buying it, so they don't want to read it. They just want it because it's going to be worth money. That just pisses me off. Because that means I can't pick it up. Because I only got #5 of it.
the same thing apparently is going on with the Walking Dead earlier issues because of the I think the TV show's currently developing a third season. I think I'm not really sure about that.
Yeah, October 14th is when the third season's supposed to premiere. I'm actually counting down the days.
The earliest issue of Walking Dead I got is 27.
Yeah.
And that issue. Who is screaming in my house? Hold on 1 second.
No, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Yeah.
if you're gonna be spoiled, issue 25.
Yeah.
I have the same problem.
But anyway, issue 27 is the issue where Rick gets his hand cut off. So I'm really happy I got that.
Wow.
I think I read that issue in I think it was the 4th volume of the trades. I think. So yeah, that wasn't really too spoilers. So
Yeah, But if you guys haven't picked up the Walking Dead Compendium, I would pick it up rather than the trades.
yeah.
The trades are so much, like the $10 each, but with the compendium, I bought it for $30, and now I have 1 through 8 of the trades.
Yeah. I've been telling a few people about the compendium because over here in the UK, the 8 trades on their own, they come to about something like £50. But then if you buy the compendium from Amazon over here in the UK, you're saving like half the money already. So yeah,
It's a lot better than, and even trying to find the regular issues of that would cost. I like one of my family friends. He was like a big comic collector, and he loved Walking Dead. He picked up every issue, all the variants of it too. He spent almost over $3,000 trying to collect all those issues.
I have a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a little. I'm like, you did what?
Mm.
It's crazy, and he
Yeah.
buys like every Walking Dead action figure, every.
Mind you, I think Mike or Spider Slayer picked up all of the variants for issue 100. I think I'm not really sure. I know he picked up a fair few. Yeah.
The variant for issue 101,
Yeah.
that's awesome. It's Michonne in like a 70s look with an afro.
Shit,
It's,
I saw that.
I forgot who picked that up. 74 Shushu picked that up. So,
Speaking of Walking Dead, the season 2 went on DVD this week.
Yeah.
oh really?
I got the collector's edition. It's really cool. It's like, did you guys happen to see the episode, like the season premiere when the season 2 where Andrea like stabs the zombie in the eye with the screwdriver?
Yeah.
It's a head sculpt of that, and you stick the screwdriver in, and then to open it up, and the DVD's inside.
Oh, that's awesome.
That pretty freaking awesome. Oh man.
Was it worth the $100 I paid for it? I don't really know.
Well,
But
you
it
could
was
probably,
cool.
if you if you enjoy the episodes and that are on the DVDs and whatnot. I mean, you know, as long as you enjoy it, then you're probably gonna get your money's worth anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly. I also, kind of like overkilled it here with like I pre-ordered the 10-disc Blu-ray for the Avengers.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds awesome.
It's like the original retail price is like $200, but I got it on Amazon for like $140, and that is insane. But I definitely got my money's worth there. It has like the replica of the Tesseract and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Are
Hey,
you-
did you guys hear that I'm not sure if these guys are I know they're a TV producer channel like HBO, but apparently they've greenlit a pilot episode for a Shield TV series. Which is gonna be,
I heard about that.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
NBC, yeah. I mean, not ABC.
ABC, yeah.
Um,
It's gonna be directed. It's gonna be written and directed by Joss Whedon, his brother Jed, and his brother Jed's wife, whose name I cannot pronounce. But yeah, that's gonna be the lineup for the directors and the writers and whatnot. So that's a good.
I'm excited for that, but I'm kind of scared they might change a lot of things with it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to take place in that Marvel Cinematic Universe, like that we saw from the movies. But I
Yeah.
feel like it won't be like anything like it. Like I mean, like I feel like they won't have any of the Shield people from the movies, like Colby Smulders or Nick Fury or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for Arrow,
Oh, I am too.
the Smallville spinoff with Green Arrow.
Yeah.
I wish they.
I
Sorry, what?
I was gonna say I haven't really been that big into Green Arrow, but I might check out the TV series at some point. So
I'm not sure if you noticed, but there's like in the trailer, it's only one certain trailer. There's an Easter egg, like at least 3 minutes in. You can see
Yeah.
Deathstroke's ripped and torn mask on a little like sword in the ground.
yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like freaked out when I saw that.
They did an Aquaman pilot, but it never went anywhere. But it was one of the best pilots I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They also did that with Wonder Woman, didn't they?
I think they were planning to, but it never went.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys hear that apparently Marvel have released a teaser image for the possible return of Jean Grey to the Marvel Universe with Avengers vs. X-Men issue 12, I think?
Isn't that the last issue?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
I only picked up number 1. I felt like I didn't need to pick up the rest. I thought I would just buy it in trade. But I mean, I kind of want to pick it up now.
I did that same exact thing, but I went back to go pick up the other issues, but they were all sold out. The only ones they had were like number 5 and like 7. I'm like, nah. So I couldn't get the other ones.
I think the trade that they're going to be bringing out later on this year is going to be a hardcover, and it's going to collect the AVX 6-issue tie-ins with the various characters, and obviously the AVX Avengers vs. X-Men 12-issue series. So yeah, I might pick that up. I don't know. I'll see. depends what money is going to be like in the next few months. So, yeah.
So, what do you guys mainly collect, like your back issue wise?
Hulk. Anything Hulk.
Are you going to be checking out the new Hulk series with the Marvel Now stuff, or?
I'm gonna give it a chance. I will. It looks interesting. I like the one with Jason Aaron going on right now. I'm not sure if that's gonna end with Marvel Now, but I'll give the new one a chance. If it's just like, if it's pretty good, I'll still continue to get it. But if it's awful, which seems like most of the Marvel Now stuff will be, I might drop it.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really. Well, I'm not really. Well, I haven't really picked up that much Hulk, but I know the Marvel Now series will be written by Mark Waid, and I forget who the artist is, but I've just read the first trade of Mark Waid's Daredevil run, so if that's anything to go by, from his caliber of his writing, then the Hulk is probably going to be a pretty decent series, to say the least. So,
Yeah.
By the way, I just sent you guys a link to the AVX hardcover trade if you're interested in checking that out. So,
Nice.
Is it
I think it's something like $44, I think, which might be a bit pricey, but yeah, it's a hardcover, so it's going to be a bit more money, I guess. So.
Oh, it collects all of them. It collects 1 through 12 Avengers, and then it collects the Avengers versus X-Men. I mean AVX 1 through 6. It's probably worth it.
Cool.
I mainly collect X-Men, like Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah.
And there's one issue that I cannot find anywhere. I'm so mad. Do you know how the new movie's coming out, Days of Future Past?
Yeah.
So issue 141 and 142, I wanted that for this whole year and I couldn't find it anywhere. But now they're skyrocketing to $80 each when it should be maybe $15 each. It's crazy.
I think those issues have been I think it was last year. I think they've collected the Days of Futures Past entire storyline in trade. So if you can't find the issues, then maybe you might be better off getting the trade or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Do you know what should go up? The 4-issue miniseries, the Wolverine, his first miniseries when he went to Japan, because that's what the Wolverine movie is going to be based on. That comes out next July.
Yeah.
It's going to be that storyline. So I think those might go up if that movie does well.
Yeah, I have issue 172 of that.
It was a really, really good series, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, I read it. I love it.
So Ben, what do you mainly collect?
I'm kind of going to be the odd one out. At the moment, I'm currently. Hang on. Right. I tend to collect my comics in trade form anyway, but I'm currently picking up. I think the most trades that I've got are the Jeff Johns Green Lantern series before the New 52 reboot, because I've got every single volume from Rebirth up to Agent Orange. So that's that's kind of like the most the particular series that I've got at the moment.
I loved that storyline when it was first out like that entire run that Jeff Johns did on Green Lantern. I loved that.
Yeah. And the thing I can't exactly. Well, I can kind of see where people are coming from. Like recently, up until issue 12 with the New 52 stuff, but you got to give the guy credit. I mean, he brought the Green Lantern series back from kind of a long hiatus because Hal Jordan was killed off in I believe in the 90s in a in the final night, I think, or something like that. And then so with Rebirth, he brings Hal Jordan back, and then he gives the series new life, and then he builds and builds and builds on it. And I don't know, I just think maybe people are kind of forgetting about that. That, the guy basically brought a series back that nobody really took any interest in up until, Rebirth. But that's just my personal opinion. But so, yeah.
So you said you bought Blackest Night. I never really understood what that storyline was about.
I think if you haven't read the series from Rebirth up until Agent Orange, you probably won't understand what's going on. It's basically the Blackest Night revolves around this prophecy that there will be a war between all the different Green Lantern Corps, and basically a uh, a villain will rise to prominence, and he will bring about the Blackest Night. So basically, basically the Blackest Night is a zombie series. Basically, the dead are rising. In other words, so if you think of the last probably 2 or 3 years in comics in the DC universe, think of everybody who's been killed off, and they come back in Blackest Night, basically. So, yeah. It's basically a horror zombie book, in other words. So, yeah.
At the time, when I was reading that book, it was actually back when I first started collecting comics, so it was one of the first miniseries I ever read.
Yeah.
And I had no idea how they were going to come back from that, because they were basically indestructible. Because they would all, because even when they would chop off their head, it'd just come back. They were, basically indestructible. So I didn't know what they were going to do. I was, on the edge of my seat the entire time while reading it. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah, I've had a quick look through the artwork by Ivan Reyes on the first Blackest Night trade, and I have to give him credit. His artwork is absolutely fantastic. So
yeah, I met him at New York Comic Con. I think it was last year or the year before that, and I got all of my Blackest Night books signed by him because I loved the covers on all of them.
Yeah.
Especially the issue 2 cover.
Yeah.
The Green Lantern just stands out from all the Black Lanterns.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Are you going this year to New York Comic Con?
Yeah, this year, I'm going.
Which day? Because I'm going too.
To New York. I'm just going that Saturday.
I think I am too.
Sweet, bro. You know what I just read about? I didn't know about all of the Marvel Now series. So I looked them up the other day, and some of them I just think look really stupid. A plus X, which will be the Avengers and the X-Men, not Avengers versus X-Men. Which I think I just can't picture that team up being a really good series.
Yeah, that does sound kind of, just sound like a kind of a silly idea, if I'm honest.
How about this silly idea? Uncanny Avengers? What the hell is that? I'm serious. What is it? Now they're all friends again? I'm so confused.
Yeah, they say that, the general impression I got from, reading interviews and stuff, that the AVX event will change everything in the Marvel Universe. So you've got, basically, as the title implies, the Avengers versus the X-Men. So there's this bit of rivalry between them as opposed to what to do about the Phoenix coming back. And yet or so it seems from what you just said, in Uncanny Avengers, it's as if nothing's happened. That just doesn't make any sense. And I haven't even been following the storyline.
It says that, I'm reading this entire article, and it says that Uncanny Avengers saying that the series spins off from Uncanny X-Force, and it said that the events of Final Execution will lead into Uncanny Avengers.
That makes a bit more sense.
But I'm still gonna pick it up, though. It still looks a little cool.
People are really mad about, I'm trying to remember his name right now, that, was leaving Captain America.
Ed Brubaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's been on it for ever. People are really mad about him leaving, but I'm actually kind of excited about the new people that are doing it, because it's Rick Remender, who I'm basically a fan of his stories, but I really like John Romita Jr. Art, because I love his art. So
Yeah, that's one of the books I'm quite excited for as well. I mean, I'm collecting Uncanny X-Force at the moment, which is by Remender, obviously, as you know, and I really want to pick up his Venom series as well. With is it Tony Moore on the artwork on that series? I'm not
yeah,
sure.
I picked up the first couple of issues. It just it was okay. It just wasn't really doing it for me.
Yeah.
It was good, but yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was a good concept though.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've heard about it, people think it's really good, so I might pick it up eventually at some point. I tell you, the first exposure I got to John Romita Jr. was on J. Michael Straczynski's Amazing Spider-Man first story arc, Coming Home. I think I thought the artwork on that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
By Romita Jr. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's a really good.
I also met him at Comic-Con too. And I had him sign Avengers #1
Yeah.
and my Kick-Ass hardcover.
Cool.
Has anyone been picking up Daredevil? Because I cannot find any issues. I found 4 and 11.
I've put a review up on my channel of the first trade, which is the first 6 issues of the series, and I gotta say I'm not really well. I haven't read that much Daredevil. I mean, I've read Kevin Smith's Guardian Devil story arc with Joe Quesada on the artwork. I've read The Man Without Fear by Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. And I've also read the Daredevil Yellow series by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. And I have to say, of the series I've read so far, I'd have to say that Mark Waid stuff is probably the best out of all of them. That's not me, I'm not telling you, I'm not lying to you or anything. I'm just telling you the genuine truth.
Yeah, I just everybody says that's an amazing series. I just don't like. I haven't really read much Daredevil in general. It's not because I just haven't. It's just because I'm not really much of a fan of the character and the concept overall.
Yeah.
Just to be truthful, it's not really something I enjoy.
Yeah.
So.
I would say that if on the off chance that either of you do want to either get into Daredevil or get back into it, which is either way, I definitely say picking up the first trade is definitely worth your time, because I think there's enough there for new readers and old readers alike to read through and enjoy and appreciate, in my honest opinion. But I'll leave it up to you guys. What to make of that. But yeah. So.
Yeah, if there's anything that could get me to like Daredevil, it'd probably be that series, because I heard it was amazing. So.
Go on.
If I were you, I would pick up any Frank Miller issues from the original series, because those are just written beautifully.
Yeah. Actually, I did have the chance to put a bid on some of the collected editions of Frank Miller stuff, but I kind of missed out on it because somebody outbid me on eBay, so I was like, But,
Did anyone see that Aquaman 12 variant?
Yeah, the robot chicken variant or something.
I really want that one.
I can't wait for that DC special that they're doing in the fall.
Yeah.
Because I love that show.
I thought, I've seen I think Audrey or Comic Book Mom got the variant cover for the issue 12 of Aquaman, and I have to say it does look pretty awesome. So, yeah.
Just sold out at my store of it.
Guys, if you want to get a general impression of what I think of the first volume of Daredevil, I'll send you a link to my Daredevil review if you want to check it out. So I've just sent you the link in the description thingy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
All right, man. don't know whether you guys are a big. Well, I mean, I don't know whether you guys are big Phantom Stranger fans, but apparently the Phantom Stranger is going to be getting his own ongoing series with its own zero issue in this month with the zero issues from DC. It's going to be written by Dan Didio, and the artwork is going to be done by Brent Anderson, apparently. So, if you're Phantom Stranger fans, I definitely think that might be worth looking into. So, yeah.
I might want to get into him. He looks like a cool character. Like
Yeah,
very
yeah.
mysterious and like reminds me of like an older John Constantine.
Yeah, yeah. Are you reading any of the current Hellblazer stuff or not?
No. Trying to look for the older issues of it because they look pretty cool.
Like, do you mean like as far back as Jamie Delano's run, or
like issue like from issue 1?
Oh.
Because I want to read the original and then go back so I understand the character.
Yeah, yeah.
He's very
confusing. I've read the first volume of Jamie Delano's run, Original Sins, and I thought that was absolutely fantastic. So, yeah.
Oh, I just read something. I get notifications whenever on this website. It's a comic website. Whenever there's new news, and I just a new article on the new FF series from Marvel Now, and it doesn't have any of them in it. It's the only 2 characters I recognize are Ant-Man and She-Hulk, and the other 2 I don't know exactly who they are. I'm looking at it right now. I don't think it has any of the original characters whatsoever.
Yeah, that might actually suck. Well, for you guys anyway, who were reading it anyhow.
Yeah, I was reading it. I dropped it for a while, and because it just was the same thing over and over again. Because I actually was getting confused with the various if you guys were reading it, the various Reed Richard storyline, and I couldn't get it, so I dropped it for a while, and I picked it back up, and I'm really liking it now.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be written by Matt Fraction.
Yeah, yeah.
He does everything, so I don't. The art looks interesting. It's a classic kind of art.
Yeah.
But
hey, are you reading the current Amazing Spider-Man stuff with Dan Slott on the writing by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Apparently, there's going to be a new series with Morbius the Living Vampire. He's going to be getting his own series.
I've heard of that. I'm actually kind of interested in that.
Yeah, it's going to be picking up after the events of the Lizard story arc, with obviously on Dan Slott's run on Amazing Spider-Man, and it's going to be written by Joe Keating from his Hell Yeah book over at Image, and the artwork is going to be by Richard Elson, apparently. So that should be pretty cool. So
yeah, I'll pick up the first couple of issues of that. I think that looks interesting.
Yeah. Apparently, according to a Twitter announcement on the internet, Jeff Johns is going to be leading Aquaman in a couple of issues. So.
Oh, really? I was actually some people were saying it was kind of getting a little stale. I only read the first couple of issues, and I dropped it for money-wise, not really because I didn't like it. I did like it, but I preferred other series over it. And apparently some people saying it wasn't as good as it was the first couple of issues. So they say it needed a new writer. I'm not really sure. I'm not picking it up currently.
Apparently, that Twitter announcement was actually on Rob Liefeld's Twitter page. So
thank God he left. Thank God. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because I know that again, another rumor is that with issue 16 of Aquaman, Ivan Reyes will be leaving the book and not carrying on the artwork. So it might be nice to see a new artist on the art if the series does carry on from this point. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But usually that means whenever they leave something else, that means they're probably going to go do something, to go jump on something. So who knows? Out of like the leaving of Aquaman, they could like start something like better.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Is there any other movies coming out, superhero wise?
Yes, there's like, well, obviously next May is Iron Man 3. Next July is the Wolverine. Next November is Thor 2. And then the next May is 2014 is Captain America 2. And that's
excited for the Thor 2 and Captain America 2 movies, or
I'm not really sure about the Thor 2 one. I haven't really heard anything about that.
yeah.
I heard that second Captain America is going to be called Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
They're going to do like that entire story arc, so they're going to go back.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about that yet, but
I think if they adapt that in the right way, I mean, I read the first volume of the Winter Soldier story arc, and I thought it was fantastic. So if they can kind of adapt it sort of in the right way, I think that'll be a really, really great movie. In my opinion. Apparently, with Thor 2: The Dark World, we'll be meeting the Dark Elves of I can't even pronounce the name of the world they're from. Jotunheim. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, so the Dark Elves are going to be the main kind of bad guy in the film. So
yeah. What I'm excited for, like that year, like rumored to also come out in 2014. There's also the second X-Men, like X-Men Days of Futures Past, but there's also Guardians of the Galaxy supposed to come out that August.
Yeah.
And then possibly Ant-Man in 2015, and they or 2014, I mean, and they officially announced May 1st, 2015 for Avengers 2.
Cool.
So they already have Phase 2 completely planned out.
Yeah. And the best part is about the Avengers 2 is that Joss Whedon's actually coming back to direct the sequel. So, yeah. Hopefully he can sort of top the level that he made with the first Avengers film, and see where that goes. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see Ant-Man because Edgar Wright's doing it, who hasn't really like dabbled in that really like section. He made Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and like he produced like Shaun of the Dead and like Paul and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With like Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, like in those movies they do together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's not really like with like the subject for. I like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, but I can't see like that kind of directing for like a superhero movie, especially Ant-Man.
I don't know how I feel about Ant-Man because I'm not really that big on the character because I mean I think I might be getting confused with Giant Man or it might be the same character, I don't know. But I read the Ant-Man or the Giant Man character in the Ultimates graphic novels by Mark Miller, and I just didn't like the character. I thought he came across as kind of a jerk, to be honest, but that's just my personal opinion. So.
Yeah, I've noticed that kind of too. Like over him, like over the past like couple like storylines and like whenever he would like appear, he also like he's not in much anymore. Like he doesn't have his own book, so he's like you don't see him that often. He's supposed to be in FF, but like before that, there's really like nothing he's in currently. But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Trying to think if there's any more trying to think if there's any more news I want to quickly get in before this podcast actually finishes.
Did anybody see Doctor Who last night?
Nope.
It was awesome.
Never really been a big fan, to be fair, but
I haven't either, but I just started watching it this summer, and I'm a Who fanatic now.
yeah. Oh, there's a new series from Valiant coming out in. Just bear with me, and I'll find out. Here we are. In November, there will be a new series from Valiant called Shadow Man, which is being written by Justin Jordan and Patrick Zurcher, I think. So, from what I've seen from the preview, it looks kind of like a kind of a demons and like that kind of thing.
That's cool. I'll think about picking that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Alright, guys. So, thanks for joining the podcast. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week on Jay's channel. Bye.
Yeah, we'll do. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.